Yes, 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 yes. Your boy MC's back in the building. Champions, my friend. So back to the lesson at hand. Little Yachty says he feel old school hip hop is trash. He didn't feel rappers delight. I could respect that, but I gotta disagree. Now you might have had some rappers that wasn't considered that good in the '90s, but the '90s was not trash. The '70s wasn't trash. '90s wasn't trash. The '80s wasn't trash. Now every generation had rappers people like and rappers people didn't like. Every generation had every rappers that was trash, and every generation had rappers that wasn't trash. But I get where Lil Legacy come from. I don't agree with him, but I get where he coming from. Rappers like wasn't for everyone's like because that was embryonic beginning stage of rap. So of course it's not gonna be like by everybody, but it grew with the Big Daddy Kanes, the Rakims, the Dana Danes, the Slick Ricks, Public Enemies. Then in the '90s, Bone Thugs on the Outkast, Good Mob, Biggie, Tupac. Let's see who else, Far Side, Souls of Mischief. All them guys that did great, you know. Yeah, Skilo, MCA, Ice Cube, you know. Of course in the '90s, '80s, you had NWA also. You had so many people, you know. Of course, you had Biggie, Bone Thugs, Wu Tang in the '90s to add on. You had Spice One, Silly Cell. So many different acts that was brilliant. You had the brand Nubian. You had like so many people. And then the early 2000s had 50 Cent, Ja Rule, T.I., T-Pain, uh, Soldier Boy, 50 Cent, Eminem. When Eminem was the late '90s, early 2000s. But you had so many good rappers though. So I can respect it because I know like Lil Yachty was born in 1997. I was born in 1990. I can see where he come from. I'm not gonna say I agree because it's nothing against him, but I realize it's Lil Yachty's opinion. But I think I gotta disagree with him on that. The '90s rap was very brilliant. The '80s was good too, but you gotta realize the '80s was the early stage, so they had to create a blueprint, a platform for people like us who are MCs and that was saying MC. I understand what Lil Yachty's saying, but I don't agree because I don't see nothing like really wrong with old school rap. I don't like all the new school rap, but I'm not gonna say it's all bad. There's some good new school out there. There's some bad new school out there. Everyone got a different opinion. That's cool. You know what the saying about pens? Pens like a bee hose. They all got one. Everyone got one, and it stinks. But like I say, I'm cool with Lil Yachty. God bless Lil Yachty. If you're watching Lil Yachty, may you like, share, and subscribe to me as well. Tell your friends. But yeah, may everyone continue to do good. Be blessed. But man, he got like the Kendricks, the Drakes, the Diddy Wrights, the Swedes, the Hobsons, the Tyler Creators, the Earl Sweatshirts, the Tacos, the Jaspers, the Sid, the Funk Volumes, the Odd Futures. You got them and who did good too. You got Chief Keef, people like that might consider commercialized, how you want to say it. And you got like so many different people. You got people like some people don't like you got Lupe Fiasco. I mean, they like Lupe Fiasco. I'm just saying you got Lupe Fiasco and people like that I can relate to this backpack rappers like me. And you got like ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg, Rest Peace ASAP Ant, Peace from North Carolina to New York, Peace from North Carolina to California, Peace from North Carolina to Chicago, Peace from North Carolina to Cleveland. You know what it is. Then you got, you just got different. You got the trap, the drill. I'm not a fan of drill like that. I respect it, but it's not my type of cup of tea. But Chief Keef did his thing by bringing drill to the forefront. You know, you got Young Bird, you got old Tiger, you got Back Wow, uh, uh Romeo, you got them. So yeah, you got different people. But yeah, so like I said, I ain't got nothing against Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty, if you listen, God bless you, brother. Shout out to Cody. You got Kodak Black, and then can't forget him. You know, I think Kodak had his little opinions about old school rap, but I think he came around and he really showed love to it. So, like I say, look, actually, I don't think he got a beef. That's his opinion. Was I can see what he's talking about with rappers like that might not be to the '90s kids taste, except for ones like me who like old school rap, who like the '80s. But I feel like I had to go hit the subject. You know, but yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Luke chapter 1, Mark chapter 9, Ephesians chapter 6, and Corinthians chapter 4.